everyone. We're going to let f of x equal a cosine of b times quantity of x minus c. The diagram shows part of the graph for f over the interval 0 to 10. So we're going to answer these questions and find a, b, and c. So the first thing is we know that this point is 3, 5. So this is 3, and this is 5. And the minimum is q, which is 7, negative 5. So this is negative 5 here. And this point is 7. So the first thing we have to do is find the value of a. You can do it different ways, but since you have to be very careful here because this q is down here. So we can't start here. We either have to start here for our cosine. This is cosine. Or we have to start here for our cosine. So if you start here, your a is just, you just add these up and divide by 2. So your amplitude is just 5. So a equals 5. Because all you're doing is adding these two numbers and dividing by 2. All right? And that would be your center line. Here is y equals 0. All right. If you started here, then your a would be negative 5. So that would be acceptable on the IB exam. All right. What else do we have to do? Find c. So c is the translation. So if you start at, for c, we're starting at 3. So that's a horizontal shift here. If you did 7, then your c would be a horizontal shift to the right by 7. So either way, either one of those is fine. Now find the value of b, and I'm going to go ahead and start here. We're at 3, and at q, we're at 7. That's just half of the graph. Half of the graph. So this is 4. So for a full graph, and they don't graph the whole thing, the full graph would go all the way to 8 somewhere. Well, the full, it says it's graph from to 10, but the full graph would be plus 4. So 4 plus 4 equals 8. So your period is 2 pi divided by b. In our case, our b is 8 because it completes a complete wave. If this is 4, then you have to double up the 4 to get 8. So the period is going to be 2 pi divided by 8, which is pi divided by 4. And then it says find the x-coordinate of r. So erasing this and looking at symmetry, we have 3 and we have 7. So with this being symmetric, our graphs are symmetric here. This has to be 5. So r is 5. If you want to do algebra, you would just do 7 plus 3 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 gives you 5. And that's based off the symmetry of the graph. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.